All right, let's dive right into the prologue in the Carnival of Skulls. Now, this isn't just some story. We're talking about a cosmic drama, a huge operatic battle over the very meaning of existence. Together, we're going to break down who's who, what they're fighting about, and what all these wild symbols really mean. The stench of hope is putrid in my nostrils. Wow, talk about starting with a bang. This one line just drops us right into this dark philosophical world. And right away, we meet one of our main characters, Sinus the Pale Cynic. He's not just having a bad day, he's basically declaring war on hope itself. So where is all this happening? Get this, a desolate cosmic theater. You've got silent stars above, a smoking Vesuvius down below. I mean, the stage is set for something massive. This isn't a quiet little chat. It's an epic, operatic argument, and you just know the stakes are going to be sky high. So what's this all about? Well, it boils down to something that's actually pretty simple, but also incredibly profound. You've got two powerful beings going at it, arguing their hearts out, and there's a silent God just watching them from a throne. And the question they're trying to answer? It's the biggest one of all. Is life worth it, or is the whole thing just a cosmic mistake? Okay, so this huge debate really comes down to two big ideas clashing. You've got negation, this crushing negative force on one side, and on the other, you have affirmation, this wild, fiery yes to life. So who are the ones doing the debating? Let's meet them. First up, you've got Sinus the Pale Cynic. Picture this, a slouching half-man, half-jackal. Basically the embodiment of no. He represents nihilism, the idea that it's all meaningless. Then, facing him, you have Pan the Wild One. He's got goat legs, wings, and fire in his eyes. He's a total contradiction, and he's all about the will to power, that chaotic drive to live. And just watching all of this unfold is the Almighty, the silent judge they're both trying to convince. So, Sinus' whole argument is, well, it's pretty bleak. He says perfection is stillness, nothingness. And he's got his proof, the clotted blood of a saint. He's like, see, it's not moving, it's not messy, it's perfect. For him, life is just a chaotic mistake, and death is the clean, simple fix. But Pan isn't having any of it. He comes back furious, basically screaming that Sinus is confusing death with virtue. Pan's philosophy is all about this raw, innate force in everything, the will to power. He believes it's like this acid, this explosive energy that can melt away any stillness, any perfection that Sinus loves. For Pan, it's the struggle, the mess, the chaos. That's what makes life amazing. And right here, this is the heart of it all. You've got Sinus saying hope is disgusting, life is a mistake, and being still is the goal. And then you have Pan saying, no way. Struggle is what's divine, life will always win out over cold, gray logic, and the will to power can't be stopped. I mean, you can't get more opposite than that. They're on completely different planets, philosophically speaking. Okay, so here's where things get really interesting. This whole argument between Sinus and Pan, it's not a one-off thing. It's actually a pattern, a kind of universal conflict you see everywhere. This battle between order and chaos, between no and yes, it shows up in a lot of other cosmic stories. Just look at this. It's the perfect example of what I'm talking about. On one side, you've got this imposed, artificial order, very much like what Sinus wants. And on the other, you have this wild, primal, chaotic force bubbling up, which is pure Pan. It's the exact same fight, just with different faces. And think about the Fourth World Saga. This same conflict plays out on a planetary scale. You have New Genesis, this beautiful paradise, all about life and freedom. That's Pan's whole deal. And then you have its opposite, Apocalypse, a fiery industrial nightmare run by Darkseid who wants to crush free will and create a perfect, unchanging order. Yeah, Sinus would probably love the place. And it's not always loud and fiery like Darkseid. There's another flavor of this no, this negation. Take Mongol and his whole philosophy of stasis. It's not an active tyranny. It's more like a crushing gravity, a cold that just freezes your will to even try. He's the idea that struggle is pointless, made real. It's a silent, heavy force, which sounds an awful lot like Sinus' perfect stillness, doesn't it? So it feels like we're stuck, right? We've got this endless choice, the tyranny of perfect order on one side and the bottomless pit of chaos on the other. It feels like a lose-lose situation. But what if there's another way, a third path? Let's really think about that. If following Sinus leads to a cosmic prison of perfect, boring order,
If following Pan leads to just meaningless chaos, where do you go? Is there a path that doesn't force you to pick one of those dead ends? A way to go beyond both of them?
Well, the answer might be in this German concept called Untergang. It literally means the going under. Now, this doesn't mean failing or giving up, not at all. It's about a purposeful self-destruction. Imagine tearing down an old building, not just to have a pile of rubble, but to use those very bricks to build something taller, something better. That's Untergang.
This idea is central to the philosopher Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch, or overman, and it's basically a three-step process. Step 1, you reject the cage, that static, perfect order. Step 2, you reject the abyss, the meaningless chaos. And then the crucial third step, you use the destruction of those old ideas to create something new. You build your own values from the ruins.
A fantastic way to think about this is the story of Icarus. We're always told it's a cautionary tale, right? Don't fly too high. But if you look at it through the lens of Untergang, his fall isn't a failure, it's a victory. It's a heroic yes to striving for the absolute most, even if it destroys you. That fall, that self-destruction, becomes the moment of transcendence.
Okay, so with this idea of a third path in our back pocket, let's go all the way back to the beginning, back to that wager. Now that we understand this concept of transcending through destruction, what are Sinos and Pan really betting on? The stakes just got a lot higher.
So, remember the specifics of the bet. Pan wagers he can make that clotted blood, Sinis's big trophy of perfect stillness, melt again. And here's the kicker. Not through some prayer or miracle from above. No. He bets it will happen because the blood itself will remember how to live, that its own chaotic will can break free. He's betting that raw instinct can beat total stasis. This means the wager isn't just about some blood. It's about what destruction really is. For Sinos, negation is the end of the line. Game over. The quiet truth. But Pan is betting that negation is just a prelude. Just the first step. He's betting on Untergang. He believes that even from that absolute stillness, life can go under and come roaring back in a bigger, wilder yes.
And that brings us to the one crucial question that this whole drama is built around. Is destruction the end? Is it the final win for meaninglessness, like Sinos says? Or is it the necessary, explosive beginning of creation, just like Pan is betting it is? That is the question at the very heart of the Carnival of Skulls.